What's going on, YouTube? You're back with Shades. We're continuing our Let's Play of Katawa Shoujo. Last time we left off, we went to go get supplies for Misha for some sort of event she's holding, and we bumped into Rin, a new character we met that does not have arms. Although she seems to be doing a project, and now we're helping her carry stuff to wherever she wants to go, but she didn't tell us. Oh well, let's go. Every 10 or 15 or 20 steps, I have to change the can from one hand to another because a thin handle cuts into my palm. I know how that feels. At least it keeps my arms from tiring too fast. Rin strolls on beside me with an uneven pace that I have trouble matching, or maybe I am walking weird because of the extra weight. It seems one of us is constantly walking too slow or too fast, and I can't figure out which. 2 flights of stairs below, trouble appears in the form of the head nurse and his fox-like grin. Ah, Mr. Nakai, what a happy coincidence. Tezuka, too, of course. He nods courteously to Rin, who does not acknowledge him back, then turns to me because it's obviously me who he had some business with. There's something I forgot to mention on Monday. I nod and wait impassively because I can't even begin to guess what he forgot. The feeling of the handle delving deeper into my skin doesn't make me feel enthusiastic about this interruption either. It's about your medications. Since you haven't been that long on your current medication, there might be some unexpected side effects, which might require adjusting dosages or even changing to another kind of medication. Dear sweet baby Jesus. So we will do a few tests regularly, but what I'd want is for you to keep an eye on everything in your condition that feels off, if you get what I mean. Nausea, headache, anything. And come see me if something happens. Alright. So how are you? Everything fine? I give up and drop the can to the floor before answering him. Apparently this takes longer than my biceps can handle. I'm about to say something generic as an answer, but then I realize how often I've done that lately. Other people have asked me that too, teachers and students here. My parents, visitors, nurses, doctors at the hospital. Everyone seems to be concerned about that. It's natural for a hospital, not so much for a school. Except this school. This is a small school, and both student base and faculty seem to be very tightly knit. At least that's the feeling I'm getting. And this is not the kind of school that gets transfer students too often. The thought sends shivers up my spine, but I give a generic answer anyway. That's great. Also, one other thing. My sources tell me that you've been neither at neither the school track nor even the pool, so I'd like to know if you've taken up exercising as I asked. Of course I haven't, but his way of inquiry gives me the feeling that I should have been running my ass off on the track since the very first day. You have people spying on me. Not as such, but I just happen to know a few people. But that's not the issue here, so don't try to slip out of it. Well, I was actually doing some improvised weightlifting as an exercise. I pick up and lift the can up and down a few times, some sad imitation of a bodybuilder, even though it's weighing down on my arms painfully. The stupid grin disappears from his face for a second, then comes back like it was never gone. Tezuka, would you give us a second? Nurse grabs me by the shoulder without waiting for Rin's permission, which he didn't need in the first place, and drags me aside. When I told you to exercise, I wasn't joking. I understand that you're still on your first week and all, but please don't ignore the importance of this. The reason I'm coming down this hard on you is that habits are not easy to form. The more you slip and postpone, the harder it'll be. It's the same with everything, like dieting. Can you promise me to be more serious about this from now on? Yes, I promise, definitely. He studies me for a moment, then shrugs, smiling again. Okay, that's more like it. If you go to the school track tomorrow morning, you'll meet my spy, who probably has no qualms offering consultation to you if you want to jog a bit. Consultation? See you around. He leaves with a wave of his hand and no answer, and I walk to Rin, who has been waiting idly leaning against the hallway wall and staring at a pale lighting fixture in the ceiling. Even when I approach, she doesn't move her eyes off them. Are you getting medications for your heart thingy? Were you listening? It comes out more accusatory than I intended, accidentally lashing out on her. But even so, I didn't really want to start talking about it. I just met her. I don't know her. It's not her business. Come on, man. Be nice. The nurse seems to be happily ignorant about confidentiality, too, talking about that kind of thing in public. It doesn't really matter. Everyone should really know, so they know what to look out for. But it's not Rin's fault, is it? I look at her suddenly feeling a bit guilty, but Rin is just staring past my shoulder quizzically, her head tilted like a bird's. Sigh. I don't know why this is so hard for me. It feels like there's some inexplicable lock that prevents me from being more upfront about this. Yeah, they're for my heart. Will they make you better? No, not really. They just make me a little less worse. Rin keeps looking at me for a while longer, and she neither says anything further nor displays any kind of emotion I could discern. I'm thankful that she doesn't. I think I'm still not quite used to this at all. At the hospital it was easy, but I still haven't sorted my feelings about having to live a normal life with this disability. We leave the main building and Rin leads us onward toward the dorm. We stop at a small patch of greenery in front of the dorm building. The dorm is built on a slightly elevated ground, with a wall and a few trees that everyone has to circle around every time they come or go. It's probably the only inconvenient design at the school. The entire wall, made of the same kind of bricks as the building itself, has been covered with some sort of painting. Oh, this thingy? Most of it is still mere sketches, quick lines drawn with black and white against grey plastering that covers almost the entire length of the wall, but some places look a bit more finished. The human faces and legs and hands, I can't quite say what the painting as a whole might portray. Stacks of what seem to be paint cans are arranged in piles on the ground, beside the wall. Spit down the wrong pipe. See, the left side is hardly off the ground yet. It's because I couldn't get in the mood yesterday, so I gave up and went to meditate instead. And then it was suddenly morning, so you went to sleep. I have to work on it, but the guys from art class are helping with the negative spaces and base surfaces whenever, which is a problem. It's easier to paint big areas if there are a lot of people with hands. The reach is better, and it's faster too. She goes on a tangent of a tangent, waving a little with her arm, or whatever if it actually there is, to demonstrate even though I got the point already. The white cotton of her sleeve flaps around and it makes me think it could look sadder than it does. But it makes me feel out of place, like almost every tangible reminder of the student space's special properties has in the past few days. What? Okay, never mind, sorry, I just misread that. This girl doesn't notice my dreary feelings, of course, or in fact that she lost me a while ago already. She just keeps blabbering. So that's why I'm trying to figure out if there's something I need to figure out, then figure that out before it's too late and all hope is lost. Why would hope be lost? Because paint has to be painted, and then it has to dry, and then it has to be painted over with another kind of paint. It takes time. She finally stops, apparently thinking she's made some kind of a statement that makes sense. I think it's best to start from the top. So this is your project? You did this? Yes. All of it? Yes. Nice, but I stumble with my words, suddenly feeling like I've walked straight into a minefield of political incorrectness. Who cares? I'm pretty sure they're used to it by now anyway. It's okay, you can say it. I probably won't get mad. I blush really hard. I don't really know what would be the right thing to say, if any. It feels like I'm way more sensitive than Rin is, though. This is really awkward. Don't you want to ask? How do you paint with... Oh, jeez. How do you paint without hands? See, I'm an easy person to talk to, right? With my feet. I almost guessed that already, but isn't it hard to do? You're good at guessing. Anyway, I don't think it is, but maybe I'm used to it by now. I can't get my mind around the fact that she could be an artist, but seeing how adept she was at using her feet to eat, I figure painting might not be a problem either. Punctuation, please. Neither of us have anything more to add to the subject. The afternoon light works pretty well. I was afraid it would look too flat, but it's not like that after all. I think it's actually pretty interesting. I wanted to see what it would look like in dim light. Do you think it's flat? Well, paintings tend to be flat. Not like that flat. You know, flat, like some people are. No substance, no meat, where there should be some. I know a few girls who... Okay, I get it, but I couldn't really tell. I'm not that good with art. I can't name any artists or artistic terms. I don't really have anything to say. Rin shrugs her shoulders at that, quit and saying suit yourself without saying it, and looks up at the sky as if trying to look for something up there. I didn't think I'd get any actual work done, but if you give me a hand with the paint, I could do a little before it's too dark. I wanted to get a halogen lamp like the ones they have at the sports track, but there aren't any. Rin sure is quick to recruit my help, as was Shizune. It really makes me feel that the festival is such a big project that every pair of hands is needed. Why not? I'm not really sure if I can be of any help though. It's just mixing some paint. You can do that. Probably. Do you have motor control problems like, you know, those people who have some? Cerebral palsy, maybe. Not that I know of. I get it. Hard thinking has nothing to do with that. She gives me a sly look for no reason. No, it doesn't. Let's do it then. This girl's interesting. So she sits on an empty wooden box and very naturally picks up a wide brush between her toes with her bare right foot. I open a few of the cans and pour some of the contents into shallow bowls of mixing. Maybe that's why she was like, the pacing was weird, because she's probably not wearing a shoe on one foot. The thick paints flow lazily from the can into the bowl like syrup. I mix them, creating funny, hypnotic-looking swirl patterns that melt quickly into each other to form a new monotone hue. Rin sets to work, every now and then asking me for a hand with something or other. Finding different brushes is easy enough, but mixing the paints to be exact tone of this girl is apparently seeing in her head is a frustrating ordeal. She wants precision down to the last milliliter before she is satisfied, but her instructions are obscure at best. Add half a splash of green. I crouch down to pick up a can of bright green. The other green. This green. I carefully pour some of the other green paint to the mixing bowl. No, that's almost a whole splash. More white. Is green a good color to add? No idea. You're the artist here. A hint of smile appears in the... whoops! A hint of smile appears in the corners of her mouth. Do you lack an opinion? No, it's just that I have no idea. It's okay, because I just got an idea. Add more white. With this exclamation, I pour a minuscule amount of white into the bowl and mix it. It looks slightly... whiter? That's not good. It has to be like the color when you wake up and you know that you saw the meaning of life in your dream but can't remember it. What? This girl's weird. It's awesome. Maybe it's yellow. Despite the impossibility of mixing a color like the change of seasons or any other nonsense that's being imposed on me, I find myself enjoying it more than I thought I would. He's a masochist. Seeing a painting being born on the plastered wall feels like magic. I spend the moments I have between mixing paints crouching down on the pavement and just looking at her work. It feels slightly intrusive at first, like breaking some imaginary intimacy, but Rin doesn't seem to mind the least a bit. Maybe it's just in my head. I'm pretty sure she's just really dense and doesn't care. If she's in the zone, she's in the zone. Her entire presence emits a completely different air as she patiently works the details, adding layers of paint on top of other layers of paint, steadily moving her foot across the wall to add new shapes. I wonder, how tall is that wall? Because I'm not quite sure if she can paint the top parts. But then again, I've seen people do other amazing things with legs, so I'm not going to doubt her. When I manage to produce a passable mixture of paint, the rare smile on her face is oddly rewarding. Apart from the few words when discussing paint mixes, neither of us says a word for the longest time. And even those short discussions soon evolved into a shorthand, both of us developing using weird impromptu code words for various paints and hues. As if there was some need to converse words and breath and sounds. Why does who translated this? I'm pretty sure the original dialogue was in English. Who wrote it like this? Who did this? Why? Oh, it changed. Cool. We stay late into the evening until it becomes too dark to paint properly. What? Oh, what? No transition into, like, my room or something? Weird. The sound of an alarm pulls me out of a fitful slumber and into the unpleasant state of wakefulness. It's not unpleasant, just wake up. I linger under the blanket for a few minutes, gathering energy to rise up while making excuses for why I already haven't. Honestly, I wouldn't mind staying here all day. School is surprisingly exhausting after a long pause, and the culture shock still has not faded, I think. Still, despite getting an impression that skipping class is easy here, I don't think they are going to let me get away that easily. And the nurse is bound to keep breathing down my neck with the talk of exercising as well. I should exercise too. I'll do that later. So eventually I do rise up, swallow the morning medications, and put on my old soccer clothing. Thanks to my condition, I was accepted from taking part in gym class at Yamaku, so I didn't get issued with a gym outfit. I'd order some to cover such a contingency, but wearing my old soccer clothes is kind of nostalgic. I can't use them for that anymore, so maybe they can get a few new life this way, a bit like me. After all, if I'm going to start taking care of myself, I can't afford to slack around. I'll start from the basics. Basics which include keeping the rest of my body in shape along with what little I can to do to strengthen my heart. Maybe then I can go back to something approaching a normal life, or at least something where I'm less likely to fall over dead at any minute. How positive. And why does my voice sound so weird today? I'm surprised to discover that I'm not the only one present at the track. Not just that, but it's a face I've seen before. Called it. In my mind, I was thinking that, like, it was going to be like, oh, yeah, it's a prosthetic leg girl, but I forgot her name, and I felt rude saying the girl with no legs. The prosthetic leg girl who bowled me over in the hallway yesterday is running on the track lithely, like a half-mechanical gazelle. What was her name again? It was a short one, but I can't remember. Same here, actually. She seems to be running laps at a somewhat easy lope, her prosthetics leg clacking rhythmically on the hard track surface. I wonder what reason she has for running this early in the morning. Maybe it's just something akin to mine, and the nurse is oppressing this poor girl to jog just like he's oppressing me. He's not oppressing you, he's making sure you stay healthy. I certainly wouldn't be here if it weren't for my health, and he's prompting me to do so. Even with things being like they are, it's only because I wanted to get it out of the way early. The fact that I would be less likely to encounter someone who would witness my pitiful attempts to get in shape was merely a happy accident. I'd leave, but it seems like my former assailant noticed me on her last lap. She waves at me cheerfully and jogs over. Did we ever get her name? Just this Twin Tails girl. The power of Twin Tails. Good morning, your name's Hisao, right? She grins, seemingly pleased that she'd remember my name. You may not remember me. Oops, what? You may not remember me. Emmy, I knocked you over in the hallway yesterday? How could I forget such an, blunt introduction? Emmy has a decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling. Yeah, sorry about that. Again. Well, so long as you don't make a habit of it, habit of it, I suppose it'll be fine. Great! I'm not sure she realized I was joking. So the spy consultant the nurse was talking about, is it actually you? That's right! Yeah. Oh. Expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest. What? Are you saying I don't look Are you saying I don't look like I could be a spy? No, this is more like a relief. I was afraid he would have someone to watch my every move. Unless you are here to do exactly that. No, I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse just asked me if I'd seen a messy-haired transfer student who looks kinda lost around the track. So why are you down here? Emmy strikes a dramatic pose. Training! For what? Track. I see. You're on the track team then? Emmy nods enthusiastically. Yep, I'm one of the better runners too. And and modest about it too. Hey, you should join up. Oh my god. It's a good exercise, you know. I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. Nah, I'm not even sure I really like running all that much. I would just say the truth and be like, my condition does not allow that. I'm here for exercise and that's it. Plus, I'm not into organized sports, you know? It's true, I've never really gotten that much into soccer. I mean, I run around with my friends and all, but that really was the only reason I ever played. It wasn't for the glory to be found on the field, that's for sure. Emmy seems to understand my meaning. I see. Not into the whole organization thing. But now that you're here, I guess we're gonna run together, huh? What? Sure, I guess. Emmy seems pleased. Are you going to warm up? Real men don't warm. Yeah, do it! You need to warm up. You're gonna break something. Oh no, you should always warm up. Bad, Hisao. She scolds me enthusiastically, but then smiles and leans closer. I hate warming up too. She laughs suddenly. Heck, I don't even have to stretch my legs. As if to confirm her statement, she bounces up and down a couple times, giving a passing impression of standing on a pair of springs. Her leg blades seem to be quite elastic. Actually, they have to be, and they're made a certain way to mimic the bounciness of running on legs. And they're also lighter than legs, and of course that one track star who ran with prosthetics, they're all yelling at him. Yeah, their legs are specifically made for running. So, whatever. Let's go! So we both take off around the track, and I can immediately see that she wasn't lying about being good at running. Emmy moves fluidly, throwing herself into the run with a sort of wild abandon. I found myself concentrating more on running properly. Hands spread, right? It's something about hitting the balls of your feet rather than the heels. I try to match my stride to Emmy's, but it's pretty difficult. Apparently I'm not very good at it. Maybe Emmy could help me with that sometime. I'm not really feeling up to more than a couple laps a day, and slow to a walk pretty quickly. That's pretty good with a heart condition. What? Emmy keeps running and doesn't seem to notice that I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my somewhat gasping demeanor. Finished already? I hang my head ruefully. Yeah. I'm not in very good shape right now. Emmy nods, then grins at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling. Well, the important thing is that you started, right? Next time you just have to try to hold out longer, and then longer, and eventually you'll be great. I'll keep that in mind. But I think right now I'm gonna go get ready for class. Shouldn't you? Emmy shrugs unconcernedly. No, I've got plenty of time. I notice that she's not wearing a watch. Are you sure? Another careless shrug. Not really, but I've gotta finish my routine. See you later, Hisao. Yeah, sure, see ya. I'm not sure whether this morning's experiment was a success or a failure, but I'll admit that I do feel slightly good about getting out there this morning. Just like Emmy said, I need to keep at it in order to get better, right? Practice makes perfect or something like that. It's nice at least to feel like I've taken some semblance of control over my own health. I have to try and keep this up. I head back to the dorms to wash and change into my uniform, trying to resist the urge to take a really long hot shower. Hey, there's more in the painting. I'm tired from all the running, so I just want to unwind, but I don't want to break my slowly building routine of getting to school before the morning rush. After taking a long shower anyway, I dry myself off and get out of the stall to put on my clothes. I'm guessing Kenji's here? Out of nowhere, a shadow appears within the mist, looming and radiating malicious intent. Head bursts through the fog. How the frack did I know? And thank you for the leaf. Sup? What are you doing here? What the hell? You scared me. What's your problem? I should be asking you that. I've been looking for you all over the place, man. What do you mean all over the place? I want to ask if he's been looking for me like that, stark naked, but I hold my tongue back. I realize I'm still naked too. I quickly hold up my shirt in front of me, but Kenji doesn't seem to notice a thing. The man's blind. His glasses are fogged up, but then why doesn't he wipe them off? Is his vision so bad it's like he's perpetually seeing through fog? You know, your room, and yeah, that's it. Hey, I mean, I still have to get up though. Whatever, it's not important. Can I borrow some money? He puts an innocent face and looks away, trying very hard to look very casual. It doesn't work. He's as transparent as a window pane-sized glasses. Taken neutrally like this, wearing nothing, feeling awkward. Actually, somehow it's even more awkward to be naked in front of someone when they can't see me being naked. To say nothing of the fact that he's naked as well. I try to brush the feeling off with little success. Money? Sure. Awesome. Wait, why do you need it? Can't you just give it to me because I had the goodwill not to run through your pockets while you were in the shower? I could have, but I exercise restraint. And in the end, it's a thought that counts. Come on, be a pal. You're still a dick. You are still a dick. Ugh. This guy's an asshole. That makes no sense. If it's a thought that counts, I should withhold payment, since his thoughts were so clearly impure and his intentions are probably even more sinister since he can't tell me what they are. I say as much to him. I'm offended, man, but if that's your game, then fine. I guess I have no choice. I want to order a pizza, but I already have most of the cost of the pizza. I just need your help for the rest. I'll get some of that pizza too, right? No. Are you serious? Yeah, I would give you some, but you have class, and you don't have time to eat a pizza. What about you? I'm not going to class. I have to wait for the pizza and pay the guy, and then eat it. It's not easy. You have to obtain pizza stealthily. If you don't, everyone will see you and the pizza, and they will ask for a slice. It's a hard world out there. Everyone wants a piece, and you're left pizzaless in an unforgiving world. It's happened before. That's how I know. This guy really is an asshole. Ugh. I hate him already. Normally I try not to hate characters, but get this guy out of here. Every day I plan my vengeance so that when people who wrong me order a pizza, I will be there, ever vigilant. Kenji strikes a dramatic pose, completely without irony. But yeah, only like 400 yen. Please, you're my only hope. I can't go outside and buy my own pizza. It's too far. I try not to go out unless it's absolutely necessary. Let me tell you what happened the last time I went out without carefully planning it out in advance. I was outside. I can't remember what I was doing. Something? Standing? Maybe? I'm wondering how I got here. And then out of nowhere it happened. Like a flash of lightning splitting the sky, like I split a sandwich into two equal pieces to make it more manageable to hold and eat. A bird crapped on my head. It was the second most shocking moment of my life. What was the first? He ignores me and keeps going. I want to grab him and shake him. Is he trying to keep momentum? I'll go with that. Even if it's more likely he just didn't hear me. It was like in the openings to some kind of anime show. You know, when there's always a part of the main dude fighting his rival, and they fight each other and clash swords, and then there's like a big dramatic colored auras and zoom. It was like that, but with poo. Okay. So yeah, I need some money. Please, don't leave me hanging, man. I only need like 1,000 yen. I thought it was 400. Okay. What? I'll pay you back, I swear. You better. That's what it means to borrow stuff. I don't know when I'll be able to pay you back. You have 1 week. Oh my god, this guy's a total dick. He's gonna try not to pay me back? Oh my god. Oh my god. Worst roommate ever. Kenji whinges and makes a noise like a dying cow. Particularly disturbing fact given that his baton is conducting freely. Oh. This is so weird. You're not supposed to be so tight-assed about money between brothers in arms, man. Men have it bad enough as it is. Do you know that male porn stars only make about half of what female porn stars make? Why do I need to know that? And yes, I do know that, but why? That doesn't mean anything unless you're a porn star. But what the f... So maybe I am a porn star on the side, struggling to make ends meet as I fight the feminist agenda. You can't even spot me, your crumbs, you bastard. Nobody understands. Nobody. I want to punch this guy in the face. I want to punch him in the face so bad. Oh my god. Take him away. Someone take him away. Wouldn't feminists be against pornography in the first place? No. No, they wouldn't. They're about respecting the jobs people do. It's just gender equality, whatever. If anything, they would fight to make sure men got the same amount of payment as women. If anything. The feminist agenda stuff again. The stuff is important. I can see that you don't give a shit, but this is serious here. Feminists are a dangerous enemy. Make no mistake. You take them lightly and you'll wake up in the morning with a knife in your back. Bam! Out of nowhere. Oh my god. I can't handle this. Oh my god. Make it stop. How do you wake up in the morning if someone's stabbed in your sleep? Women are terrible at stabbing things. I thought you just said don't take them lightly. Well, I don't mean take them lightly for big things. Individually, they're not a threat. But there's some kind of war, like a big war with men on one side and feminist forces on the other side. It'll be pretty ugly. Anyone else feel really uncomfortable right now? I want to hit him. I want to hit him bad. Break those glasses. And that day will come when the feminists come out. What? Feminists come out of the Central Top Secret Worldwide Feminist Headquarters and say it's on now, motherfuckers. What the frick frack is with this guy? I hate him. I want him to die. You're being ridiculous. There's no big worldwide feminist headquarters building. Where would they even hide that? I mean, it would have to be massive. You couldn't hide that on Earth. Someone would go noticing a big fortress with women only in it. Who said it was on Earth? I turn away from Kenji and start practicing frowning faces in a mirror so that I can figure out what kind of frown would best express my emotions. He can't see me from this distance anyway. Which unfortunately means that he just keeps on ranting without any regard to sense or sensibility. Yeah, there's a war going on, a war not many know about, but it's a great one that one day will boil over and encompass all over the known world. Don't have to pick the sides, and we'll have to make a stand. In fact, it's happening right now. I can't handle this. This is so dumb. Let it end. Imagine it, a bloody battlefield, a vicious conflict without end. I almost gave up when I thought this cause was silly, when I grew tired of the bleakness of our fight, when we mistook the time and the power, went out for a feminist raid, and thought the end was near. But then I realized that if I gave up, it would all be over, and I was like, whoa, and I knew I had to get serious, because I'm the last sane man in an insane world. It's about duty. Must be a pretty crappy movement if all hinges on one naked guy ranting in a bathroom to add another naked guy. So can I have the money? He's blocking the way out, and it's getting cold because I'm still naked and I want to go to class, so I agree to spot on the money. Awesome, thanks dude. We should go bowling later on. Bowling? Yeah, it's the ultimate sport. There's almost no women bowlers either, making it also the manliest sport. Should I wear my pink bowling shirt and matching shoes, or the pastel green with flower accents? There are bowling clothes. Maybe. Anyway, you had better pay me back. I can pay you back and stuff, right? I don't have the time to ask him to elaborate on what that means. I don't know. I have to get to class. You're kind of in the way. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't want to hold you up, and I have some stuff to do myself. The time has come. Time for what? I just like saying that. Okay, now the time really has come. For what? I have to use the bathroom. Get out of it. Oh god. I was just going to. What does that and what does that mean? It's a big bathroom. So I have to be alone or I can't go. The pressure. Okay, what if someone else comes in? I'll think of something. I gave him my practice frown and it looks kind of silly reflected in his glasses. He either doesn't notice or doesn't see. Anyway, so I get dressed and run back to my room, feeling as though an eternity has passed since I woke up. I could probably never handle living with someone like that. He seems just so ignorant and so stupid and so set in his ways. I want to hit him. I want to hit him real bad. Anyway, that's actually my half hour. So thank you all so much for watching and sticking with me as I dealt with Kenji. I feel like every Kenji I've met in video games is an asshole. Whatever. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. You want to see more videos from me, hit the subscribe button. And you are now exiting the Shadyverse. My name's Shades and I hope you've enjoyed your day in the shade. See you guys later.